Hello everybody, my name's Ardendris, and welcome back to Sunless Sea. Last time, if we take a look at the map, we started down here at King Eater's Castle, where we had gone through the next story bits we need to do for the main storyline, our father's missing bones. And there we learned that we needed to go to Fathomking. And so we started on our way back towards Fallen London, and we stopped at Fathomking on the way there. But in order to continue the storyline here, we need a Z story, which we didn't have at the time. So we ended up just continuing on. We took this path, we found the Utter Shroom, but not much going on there, and we just kept going. And we eventually came, stopping at a couple of these islands to pick up our reports, and then got back to Fallen London, just for some of the story bits. While there, here it is. We made this in our study. A serene aquarium. This aquarium apparently lets us see better. Because we got a plus of 14 to our mirror stat. It was at 36, now it's at 50. I think the 7 from having that thing in the hold is temporary. It lasts as long as this captain does, but I think we get a permanent plus 7. I just can't find it anywheres. I could be wrong about that though. But anyways, in London we made that. We also now have a child. Let's see. Oh yeah, and we also learned a little bit more about the Cladirier. It cost us about 1,000 echoes to make the that aquarium and to continue on with the Cladiriers storyline. Here it is. You a child at home. That might eventually become Scion and visit us out on sea. But that's something a little bit later on. But anyways, well, that happened in Fallen London. So we stopped off here at this little lightship to pick up our Z story so that we could continue on our story whenever we reach Fathomkings again. And we started heading out. We only made it to Pigmoat and did the story bit here before we ran out of time. This time, we're gonna be like exploring this region and then like probably come down and around like that. We're gonna find cons, the other cons one here, maybe something else in this region. I'm not super sure what we're gonna find there, but I think we're just going to get started. Don't think we need the lights right now. We also went down pretty low on terror, which is really nice. Just real quick. Here we go. So, anyways, I should probably do a little recap on the Cladiriers story too. Apparently there's this ship called the Cladiri Heart somewhere out there that we can, if we track it down, we might be able to claim. But we need to pick up some of these like Cladiri souvenirs from various places around the Unterzee. And we can push her to meet her father, but we'll probably lose her if we don't have enough of those souvenirs. Why can I not use escape to get out of that page? It's so weird. So that's something to keep in mind as we explore. I'm going in the right way, yes. We have the extra fuel. I think I will keep on the light. And send out the Z-Bats. Not sure what we're actually going to find in the region. But didn't even tell me about... Well, I guess we are a little ways out. So, I'm wondering what we're going to find in this region besides the other con stuff. I'm assuming these are just like rocky outcroppings, not belonging to any major island, otherwise the Z-Bat would have told us about them. Thornwell Croft. I'll start turning down a little bit. And by a little bit, I apparently mean like 45 degrees. It looks like a little sediment, it just doesn't have port on it. Oh, Recurring nightmares, a vast eye. We just keep getting this nightmare. It's the same nightmare every time. This vessel shouldn't pose much in the way of a problem. There's something there. Thank you for coming back around this way. Loot and scuttler. Pick up a cache. I only forgot the word for a second there. Bolt of spider silk. Nice. No idea what we're going to use that for yet. Well, it's nice to have at least. Field Haven. Shepherd Isles. Don't quite remember this one actually. Oh, we gained a secret. Oh yeah, this is Picnic at the Standing Stones, Tales of the Sailing. Oh yes, we've seen this one before. I know we've seen it, I just didn't remember it. We can picnic at the Standing Stones, probably Loosened Terror, Tales of Terror. What have we done before? We did Tales of Thornwell Croft before. Tales of the Three Graves? I don't remember if we've done, or Tales of the Standing Stones, or a Picnic at the Standing Stones. Let's have a picnic, I think. The bearded villagers will sell you mud and stew and kefir, and stone bottles of cold, fresh spring water, and row you over to the stones. No, we have done that one before. I don't know if we've done Tales of the Standing Stones or the Three Graves. The Tales of the Three Graves is the one I'm least certain we've done before, so let's do that, I suppose. Who sleeps beneath the turf over on that island to the northwest? Hunters at rest. The Shellinate, right? They're hunters. They killed a turtle the size of London and built their city on its shell. Sorry. A ship from the Shellinate game hunting the midnight whale. 3 of them had died cowards, so their bodies couldn't go into the sea. They paid us for the land and whale ivory. I still got a piece, but I keeps it safe. We pick up a Z story and a memory of distant shores. Nice. And nothing else to do here. Not much here. Lunch. Map-wise, where are we? Okay, we can just continue on. Might as well stop off at the other con place, see if we can't pick up anything there, and then we'll just like swing down and around. I'll send out the Z-Bat. It's gonna probably, if it tells us anything, it's just gonna tell us, oh, there's a con thing here. Yep, Con's Glory. It's a long way to the east. I wouldn't really call that a long way. We're pretty close. Here to here is long, apparently. Oh. Don't you explode. I keep accidentally pressing F instead of D. I appreciate that how close that is for when you're in a bad situation and need to just get away. But we're not. But the odds of that happening aren't great, so you're usually just going to do it on accident. Wasn't sure if that was like an actual enemy ship that just got like stuck or something, but there's more of them, so I assume. I'm apparently just hitting all the wrong buttons today. Almost wasted the supply repairing when we didn't need to. Con's Glory. Don't have any gifts to offer. Curious past to clan palaces. Con's Glory has a steely beauty, but the clan lords are ever suspicious of spies, and those gun emplacements are vigilant. Does this come with a challenge with it because of how high our... Oops, it's journal. I opened every page but the one we needed. Where's Con? Is it, Menaces? We've never gotten anything for sailing past it, and now that our suspicions are so high, there's actual danger in it, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to head off. I suppose we'll pass down around to here and like a little bit more of the map as we go down. Seabat, away! Khan's shadow is some distance to the southeast. Yep. Stop there, pick up that report, see if there's any story bits there, and then we'll just head down to Fathomking. Discovered Khan's shadow. Oh. Okay, it is actually hostile. I wasn't sure if we were going into combat with it because I clicked it or if it was actually hostile. This is just going to put us to 20 suspicions with them. Aw. That thing is strong. What is it doing? Trying to stay on its tail, but it's making some, like, weird movements. Oops. I think we've got it at this point. Speed up a little bit to keep up. We're actually pushing it at this point. Can we, like, run it ashore? We've got it at this point. He got one shot off on us. Seasoned looter. You are liable to arrest. You are liable to arrest in the Khanate. Visit Khan's glory and petition to the Timing clan. Am I the one that thinks that's weirdly worded? I feel like you are liable to be arrested would work, but liable to arrest? Like in the heart attack sense? What are we talking about here? And we pick up 5 supplies. Does that put us over? No. We've used enough fuel and supplies at this point. So it didn't. And oh, here's the dock. Swing over here. Khan's shadow. Pick up a port report, and that's it looks like. Because we don't have an element of dawn. Interesting. Was that all that was there last time? I thought there was more. Anyways. So we're just gonna head straight down. Fuel's looking... It's okay, I guess, for now. It's a little lower than I would like. Have we only... We've already used up like 8 fuel somehow? Because we started at 15, didn't we? Or did we start at 12? Oops. I forgot the whole swing around part of the plan. I was just going to keep going. We're getting ready for combat, hoping we don't go into combat. I think we're clear. But anyways, here we are pulling back up to Fathomking, and hopefully learning where we need to go for our father's missing bones. Going down and around. Scenery change. Ooh. Compile port report. Oops. Descend to an audience with the Fathomking. You lost a Z story. Discuss the matter of your father's bones. Your complexity. I have a more... Oh wait, no. I started reading that immediately as if it was the Fathomking. Your complexity. I have a more personal petition. You know something of my father, or what remains of him. The Fathomking is watching you. His eyes are cold as polished stones, but a smile lurks at the corner of his mouth, like an eel in ambush. Hmm? Ask for assistance. Your complexity. There is a question only you can answer. To open the final gate of my journey to my father's bones, I ask this boon of you. little favors.
You are fortunate,
The Fathom King announces.
I have only a few small requests. Fulfill them and I shall tell you what you need to know. Bring me the heart of a legend. Bring me a light from the sky. Bring me a willing guest to stay with me forever. Witness the end of the eldest amongst its kind. Bring me word. Bring me the fruit of an eternal tree. And bring me something scientific, modern, cutting edge, I believe is the term. My pride enjoys that sort of thing.
Wrote character a little bit there at the end. He sits back, under Regent's pulsing with expectation.
You seem quite capable.
He adds carelessly.
I'm sure it's not too much trouble.
Great, there's a full-on fetch quest. The Fathom King has requested a legend's heart. The heart of one of the great monsters. Mount Nomad or the Tree of Ages, perhaps. Bring an engine or weapon of unique brilliance. Your officers can help. The Fathom King has requested a skylight, or something which will pass for sunlight. The Fathom King has requested a willing guest. Bring an officer to the Fathom King. Choose someone who has finished their business on the sea and might be willing to stay in the Kingsward. Probably someone who likes fish. The Fathom King wishes you to witness the death of something that is the oldest of its kind, and in return, find the fruit of a tree which will not die. Why did the Fathom King give your father a knife? What was he doing at King Eater's castle?
Your father had his reasons. The heart is destiny's engine, they used to say in Irem. Your father knew that. He wanted to free himself of his destiny.
The king yawns.
He paid me for my help. He failed, and so are you here. And so you are here. Perhaps one day your son, your daughter, will stand before me and ask where your bones lie. Or perhaps they'll ask me for a knife.
I suppose we speak of other matters. Not gonna do that. Ask a boon, probably just get like a bunch of supplies and a little bit of terror like usual. Or listen to the Cogganian emissary. Sure, let's listen to the Cogganian emissary. Here's a visitor from the Time-End clan, in a grey robe patterned with leaping fish. She describes events at the Khan's court, skirmishes with the Shellinates, Z-Beast attacks. Valuable information. At last, the king nods and awards the emissary a pouch of drowning pearls. The hour of audience is past. Thorn-armored guards escort you back to the surface. But the emissary's words and the king's questions have taught you a great deal. 20 fragments and a strategic information. Nice. And so, I think that's all for here for now. I was hoping he was just going to be like, okay, go here to find what you need. Is that being picked up? My mom just let out the dogs. And I have no idea if it's being picked up, but my dog is like barking right outside my window. Anyways. Find the fruit of an eternal tree. Watch the oldest of a kind to die. Bring an officer to the Fathom King, someone who likes fish, sunlight, or something that will pass for sunlight. An engine or weapon of unique brilliance. The legend's heart. Mount Nomad or the Tree of Ages. We haven't found Mount Nomad yet. He just tells us when he wants to go to Chapel of Lights. It said one of the... You already know he wants to go to the Sea of Lilies. It said one of the officers might be able to help. Raise your iron. And... nothing. I will was hoping it wouldn't be that difficult. Like, oh, find like 7 things and come back. And of course, it's 7 things we haven't found yet in this game, despite all of our searching. On any of our runs, we just haven't found any of those things he requires. So, I guess it's back to scrounging over the entire map. What region do we explore now? Do we keep going east and, like, explore this region? Or do we, like, explore this region? Let's explore the south for now, I suppose. Well, like, go to the edge and, like, explore the very bottom, because if it's, like, the other corners of the map, the other edges of the map, it probably won't change much. Actually, oops. I thought I had enough room to turn there, but I guess not. You know what? I saw a ship up at the top. If it's the right class, we'll get into combat with the pirate poet and get some good pocket change out of it. This is a ship that should have the pirate poet aboard. What is it do? What is it doing? Oh, it missed. Okay. What? I have no idea what this thing is doing. What are these maneuvers? Just go down at this point. Just go down. Ring around the rosy. Investigate the wreckage. We haven't gotten to this option with the pirate poets. Send a lifeboat for the pirate poet. She fought well. She has earned that respect. Dinner with the enemy. With business dealt with, the pirate poet joins you and a few select members of the senior crew for a late supper. She treats the assembled audience to baptism of glass about her first days at Z after years of servitude. By demand, she follows it with shorter works and Reforged, a cry for broken chains. In Polythreme, we are given our words. We are not allowed to hope that they will be kind. In London, I learned to write my own, and in that moment I was free. One day, others of my homeland will read them, and they too will learn. One day, my king's dreams must end. Dinner follows. Hot wine and cold spiced meats. Sailors openly place bets on whether she actually eats. The pirate poet ignores them. Her stoic facade doesn't even quiver until dessert is served. At that, just for a moment, even she cannot hide a slight smile. So obey, Captain? She asks, eyelid raised. Don't make me tell the folk you're even softer than they say. The occurrence your encounter with the pirate boat quality is now, you have dined with the pirate poet. Nice. We didn't get any money out of it this time. But hey, we're making friends with what is, I suppose, a rather powerful entity out here in the Unterzee. Let's send out the sea bet. I'm not sure why I paused there. I have looked at a little bit about this game. I looked at the wiki to like look up something real quick for just a moment, and I saw a little bit of information about the pirate poet. What is that? And I think there are actually things. I think there are story bits at. What is it called? Gatorsmorn. That's the pirate land that might unlock now that we've gotten to certain points in the pirate poet story. I'm a bit worried about what we're sailing into here. Adam's Way. We saw something about this place before, didn't we? One second. Palmerston. I was looking for that, like, I was looking for that, like, for a couple minutes in the previous episode and couldn't find it. There's the mission for Mount Palmerston. Did we not have a mission or something for Adam's Way? Am I making something up? I think we've seen something about Adam's Way before. Nuncio. Underbites. Sphinx Stone. Avid Horizon. Nothing in Pigmelt. Nothing in Romance. Or Station 3. Gods. Varchis. Father's Bones. Don't think there's anything here. Why do I remember seeing the name Adam's Way before? Like there was some sort of mission we had here. I don't see it on anything. Interesting. Oops. Not battle. Unpause. Are these like spores? Like mushroom spores or something? I'm assuming there's like a port somewhere in here. The killing wax winds blow from the south. Engines labor, sailors cry out and fall. You haven't lost any health or crew members yet. Is there a... There it is. I wonder what's in there. Going any further in there, because that's where that's coming from, would probably not be great. I'm curious, but that seems like it might be death waiting for us in there. Adam's Way. On a bed of monumental ruins, warehouses and way stations of shroom timber rise. Near Adam's Way. All ships that approach Adam's Way are intercepted by the gracious, the Presbyterian's splendidly head-dressed coast guards. A quaint but inviolable tradition governs entry. You must tell them one of 3 stories. In return, you will be permitted to spend a day in the port. Tell a tale of a city recently fallen. An unfinished tale. Or a tale of even further underground. Well, we don't have a port report for Mount Palmerston. Too bad we used our recent news. Why are foreigners only allowed to spend a single day in Adam's Way?
For your own protection,
one of them explains kindly. Unsafe. The soil of the elder continent is dangerous to incomers, they claim. Those who linger can contract unfortunate conditions. Hysteria, rapture, animescence. No idea what that means. And the rumors that Presbyterian law offers no protection to foreigners are dark, errant nonsense. This place looks like it could be cool, but we can't enter, so never mind. We did find another island on the southern wall, though. Going through that cost a lot of fuel, actually. I wasn't even really paying attention. The lights go off for now. We missed a little bit there, but there's probably not enough room for a real big port there anyways. But we are finding some stuff on this southern wall, so that's pretty cool. Might as well send out another Z-Bat. There are no islands within the Z-Bat's range. What? Are those actual enemies like the bat swarms? We've seen this event before. Z-Bat, away! Crying Heights is some distance to the southwest. Are there pathways between all these? Restless Nights. Is there a port somewhere in here? These are interesting. This is interesting. What's the word? Well, there's nothing in here. This is interesting landscaping. Or, I suppose that word will work. So, no path through here. I'm not seeing anything that looks like it's going to be a port. Are these like birds? What are these? Here we have more that like swirling stuff. Andromeda's rocks. Nice. We're gonna have to pass through that if we want to continue on this way. Did we not? There we go, we picked up on the map finally. I'm not seeing anything that looks like ports, so I guess we can just move on. Okay, the swirling stuff disappeared. Ignore them to low terror a little bit. No islands within the Z-Bat's range. I'm not sure there's gonna be anything else in here. Like in the very corner, I'm assuming it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be that world swirling thing. And then we'd gone a little bit on the wall before. We didn't find anything. And there might be one more thing hidden in here, but I'm not super convinced we're gonna find much here. Just on the off case there is something. The Carnelian Coast. Far to the south, the Neath roof glimmers above the mountain of light. Well, never mind then, ignore me. I'm like, we didn't find anything here before, we're probably not going to find anything here now. Never mind then. I stand corrected. What is this place? We're not going to get any information until we pull into port, are we? It's not seeming like it. Almost took that corner a little too tight. Port Carnelian. Fallen London's sole imperial possession. Treasure it. London's first Unterzee colony sweats under a blanket of southern heat. Port Carnelian. London's first Unterzee colony sweats under a blanket of southern heat. To the right of the dock, the sapphire mines yawn. To the left, the governor's house stands, prim as an alderwick mansion. Behind lies the fungal jungle, ghostly in white and violet. Wow. The British will just set up a colony anyways, huh? I guess that's what you get when you put a colonial power into a new region. Anyways, refer a patient to the clattery air. Is it a tea shop? Or reports. Locked with supremacy, affairs in Carnelian, more than 10. Unlocked with no more than... Oh, unlocked with no port report and no supremacy. Unlocked with no port report and no supremacy. No port report, no supremacy. We can pay in for sapphires. We need networks here for influence affairs. And if we had a diplomatic agent, we could insinuate an agent. Interesting. So, let's call it Heart's Cross House, where the governor administers this distant fleck of Her Majesty's empire. A port report. The governor is very, very busy. An attaché offers you a bowl of sugared puffballs and explains the work the governor does among the natives. Got to keep them happy at what? After all, they are tigers. Really? I have a feeling I would have gotten a port report for either of the other two as well. I was just hoping for a little bit more than that. Fine. Refer a patient to the clattery air. There is a lady at Murgatroyd's who dresses in tiger pelts and shows her teeth to customers. Unacceptable. The lady insists that she belongs in the jungle. The tigers disagree. There are questions about where her pelts came from and how the former owners died. The cloudy air offers her a consultation. Afterward, the patient has a curious crescent scar on her forehead, roughly the shape of a scar. But I can wear a hat, it's no matter. She buries the pelts with honors and buys a ticket for the next ship back to London. We now have another Clattery souvenir. New Toodle 2. Okay, it goes up by 10% every one you have. Okay. I suppose let's visit Murgatroyd's Imperial Tea Shop. Behind the windows, spoons clink in china. Home away from home. They import the doilies from London, but the tea is local, blue and smoky. The crumpets are warm, the tablecloth's white. You can almost imagine you were back in Vale Garden, except for the tiger lounging on a divan. It laps tea from an azure bowl and complains about the recent nostalgic trend in poetry. Interesting. And I suppose go for the 50-50 shot on sapphires. Somewhere in its heart runs a river of shining stones. Ah, a native ambush. Perhaps ambush is a strong word, but there's a tiger sitting on a broad mushroom cap, asking unflattering questions about your nutritional value. You retreat. Really? We get ambushed! Actually, it's just a tiger talking about how you're not viable to eat. Or not saying you're unviable to eat, but asking like, how much do you weigh? How many calories would you give me if I was to nom on you? Another place where there's a cool storyline, but we don't get to see much of it right now. That's the amount of places where it's like, oh, this place has a really cool story. Oh, we can't see it. Is a little frustrating. Anyways. Not much else to do here for now. We might get more if we return. Discovered Rolius Bluff. And let's just continue on along the wall. Ugh. We have the extra supplies, and we are going to hit the Iron Republic eventually, and we can buy fuel there. There's more along the southern wall than I was expecting, actually. Anything else in the region? Zebat away! No islands. Okay. Now I think we found all we're gonna find on this wall. Unless there's one more thing just hiding here that we somehow didn't find before. Like, I don't think these things on the side of the wall will move that much. Like, we've probably explored up to, like, here on the southern wall before we started going upwards, I think. Or was it that far? We did run into, like, a very powerful ship in this region very quickly. Dawn's Edge. No islands within the Z-Pact. Oops. No idea why I pressed escape there. Okay, we're gonna hit the corner in a second there, so there's nothing else on the bottom wall. Fuel is getting dangerous. We'll probably be fine. We do have supplies, and we are going to hit Iron Republic not too far off. I still have no idea what this thing is. This thing's like really cool. The Dawn Machine. There's no like port or anything. I have a feeling if we go too far in there, we'll probably just like die or something. A row of Quattro Z-Bats. Z-Bat away! Grand Geode is some distance to the northeast. We might as well stop by. It's close enough. Desperate Measures is popping up. Does this thing have a port? Yes. Oh, we've seen this place before, haven't we? Is this the place where we just stopped by and then, like, our memories were stolen? Or something like that? There was one island in this region where we stopped, got the port reports, and then the storyline bit was like, oh, you don't remember much. Everything's like a haze. I think it might be this one, or it could be something else. Anyways, Grand Geode. Compile a port report. The Marines are watching. Yes. Ask to speak with someone. The Commodore may be able to give you a few minutes. This is actually a different thing. The Commodore may be able to give you a few minutes. The Commodore shakes your hand warmly. He's a handsome, open-faced fellow in an immaculate Navy uniform. His office is equally handsome. It overlooks the glittering interior crystal cliff. It must be as well lit as any study underneath. He deflects questions about the purpose of this installation. Classified, you know. But smilingly offers you tea, biscuits, and mineralogical anecdotes. The biscuits are good, but the anecdotes rather blend into one another. You find yourself nodding, and then jerk suddenly awake. The Commodore is smiling. Your cup is empty. Your cup is empty. You feel well. Very well. A little euphoric, even. Come back soon. Did we get drugged? I think we got drugged. You lost 5 terror. You gained a memory of distant shores, rather. A memoir is a sunstroke. You've spoken to the Commodore in Grand Geode, but your memory is a little hazy. Oh, it is this place. There's just a little bit of a different storyline for it. The light. It's pretty. Okay. Purchase an element of dawn. If we had a vital intelligence and a lot of supplies. We'd also lose a lot of crew for that. That's probably not worth it. We could pick up the Carnelian Exile, but a Sunstroke 1? We'll hold off on that for now. Okay. And I think we have to do this 50-50 if we only spend one supply, but we lose the supply if we don't get it. And we can't do any of the other god stuff. Okay. Yes, it smells like burning rags, but it'll satisfy the engine's hunger for a little while. Okay, so we're at 1 fuel and 7 supplies. Do we keep pushing? I think we have enough fuel to make it to the Iron Republic, which should be coming up in just a moment. We gotta turn off the lights, though. What are these swirling things? I have no idea. And hello, game. We just stopped there. I know where that is. Swing to the right. We have enough fuel to get to the Iron Republic if we don't get stopped and die on the way there. Looking at the time, maybe we could have just ended the episode there at the Grand Geode, but wanted to see if we can't get a little bit farther out before we do. Anything else in the region? Hello, game. We are already there. We know where that is. You leave us alone. I have no idea if you're like an actual hostile ship. I think we were in range where it would have told us that we were going into combat if that was a hostile ship. I think we're good. Either that or we just got lucky and they didn't notice us. Once again, Desperate Measures pops up, but we're here in the Iron Republic. And I'm fairly certain we can buy fuel here. If we can't, then we're really in trouble. But if we are in trouble, that's trouble we're going to be dealing with next time, I think, because this is a fairly good place to end off. So, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everyone.